law and does such a thing, I think that it opens the door to all these people to take Western Sahara as if it is a territory where they can decide to who it belongs, to who to give it to, and where they can decide whether to go film in it or not, while the Sahrawis are denied of all of the rights. And as known, international law recognizes the right of the Sahrawi people to be the only ones to decide on Western Sahara.
Badine, we're speaking to you in Tindouf in Algeria, in the refugee camps there, where the Fi Sahara Film Festival is held. Tens of thousands of Sahrawis there. Can you go home? Could you go, for example, to Dakhla?
Absolutely not. Actually, my parents were born in Dakhla. They always tell me all about how they grew up in Western Sahara, in Dakhla specifically, and to think that Christopher Nolan, backed by Universal Pictures and his own production company, can just go there and film and be complicit in the occupation of my homeland, and then me being denied of going there, my parents being denied, and the actual Sahrawis who live under occupation going through all these repression. It is such a metaphor of how the Western world uses human rights, democracy narratives whenever they want, and then ignore it in other parts of the world.
You know, we covered East Timor for years. The same year it was occupied by Indonesia, it would ultimately win its freedom with a referendum, and they became one of the newest nations of the world, the Democratic Republic of East Timor. They've always had great affinity with the people of the Western Sahara, occupied Western Sahara. What are you calling for, Mohammed? What are the people of the refugee camps? What are the Sahrawi calling for?
What we're calling for is very simple, and I think it's very easy to implement, is to respect international law, respect UN resolutions, give the Sahrawi people the right to self-determinations. We are the legal owners of Western Sahara, of the territory of Western Sahara. And obviously, as you mentioned, East Timor is a great example of people struggling to gain their freedom. And what we are demanding, and we will keep struggling for, is to gain our right to self-determination and independence. And we will use film, in my case, and all the other tools available to the Sahrawi people, whether it's in the refugee camps or in the occupied territories, to keep struggling. And we are aware of the difficulty of all this process. We have given sacrifices, and we are willing to give everything in our hands to gain our freedom.
And in the last 10 seconds, if you were in Western Sahara occupied and you were filming, can you talk about what would happen?
If I was, first of all, I would be denied to enter Western Sahara. If I was there and I was filming, the first thing is I would be repressed by the police, taken to jail, just like Namal Asfari, who Maria has mentioned, and many other Sahrawis who have given their lives to defend Western Sahara.
Mohammed Hammoudi, we want to thank you for being with us, filmmaker from Western Sahara, part of Sahrawi Voice, a collective Sahrawi filmmakers and journalists, and Maria Carreon, Executive Director of Fi Sahara, the Sahara International Film Festival. You can go to Democracy Now! To see our documentary, 4 days in Western Sahara, Africa's last colony, including an interview with the Sahrawi activist Naha Asfar, who's been on hunger strike since early June. That does it for our show. I'll be in Kansas City this weekend for the screening of Steal the Story, Please. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez.
This is Nevin. I'm with the Resist Trump campaign. We're building a distributed organizing network of lawful, nonviolent civil resistance of Trump and his enablers, coming soon to a neighborhood near you with your help. You're watching Free Speech TV.
Yeah, this is Robert Smith. I've been watching Free Speech TV from way back. I can't even remember how far back, but Tom Hartman, Amy Goodman, and most every old Rick Smith. Obviously, he's probably a cousin of mine from somewhere. But I appreciate what the programming puts out and the truth that comes out from Free Speech TV, where you can't get it anywhere else. And I thank Free Speech TV for doing the work they do. Thank you very much.
Hey y'all, I'm Louis Tanvital. I'm at Netroots Nation and you're watching Free Speech TV.
Blow your whistle when you know there's confirmed ICE activity in your neighborhood. And the fourth one? Know your rights. Know your rights. What's up, y'all? My name is Katie. I'm a journalist and organizer with the Denver Party for Socialism and Liberation, and we just had the most amazing community meeting here in Denver tonight. We had a packed main room and then 3 packed overflow rooms and a line down the street. We had the windows open so people could hear what was going on from outside. People are really ready to take that next step, right? A lot of folks have been protesting, and they realize now it's time to get organized in their neighborhoods, in their communities. So we talked a lot about 4 resources. One is the Rapid Response Network here in Colorado, CORN. That's the number that we have to call anytime we have suspected ICE activity in our neighborhoods. Number 2 was quadrant chats. This is something that we've learned from Minnesota, works really well. We need communication networks with our neighbors that spreads accurate information about ICE presence. So we got folks plugged into 4 main chats that divide our metro area evenly, which is really awesome, and hopefully we'll be able to break down into neighborhood chats from there. The third thing we did was talk about whistles. Number 3, whistles. Keep these things on you. Whistles have been used in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, very successfully. We use these to communicate with our neighbors about ICE presence. All right? And the last resource was Know Your Rights. We just all need to know our rights. We need to make sure our neighbors know their rights. We need to spread that information so we get everybody posters. And, you know, we all here tonight got those materials, but we have to make sure that every person in this state has access to the same things that everyone here tonight has access to. So we are going to work together. Everyone here tonight is going out with an assignment to find a community distribution hub in their neighborhood that is willing to stock these materials, Know Your Rights materials, to help get their neighborhood organized. So hopefully by the end of this week, we're going to have a network of community hubs that are ready to support their neighbors and everyone to fight back against ICE terror. If you want to get plugged in and get the materials and resources that everyone got here tonight, just go to our Instagram page at Denver PSL.
Take me out to the ball game, if you can afford it. Sporting events bring us together, but nowadays a trip to the big game is out of reach for many Americans. That's because sports are a big business, and most teams are owned by billionaires or investment groups that want to squeeze as much profit out of fans as possible. Ticket prices alone